So glad we came to check this out. This is amazing. You're like blown away.
I'm like, you're not even that excited when you see me.
Yeah. You've never seen me so excited in your life.
I know.
That was hectic. It's so cold. That sun is just starting to come up over that mountain now. Gonna get this fire going. Minus 2.6 degrees Celsius, feels like minus 5. Finally got the electric chainsaw I've been talking about for months now before this trip. Makita one. I went with Makita simply because of the fact that I already had some Makita gear, so I already had all the batteries and charging packs for the chainsaw. Then I just need to get the skin. And I asked around a bit and everyone only seemed to have good things to say about them. I went with the bigger one. It's got a bigger 16-inch blade on it, and then it's got the twin batteries on it there, and you just press the button and off it goes. It's just much easier than carrying a petrol one on these trips. Petrol one I got to tie on the roof because it stinks too much if I put it in the canopy or in the car. This I can just whack in a bag in the canopy. It's quick and easy to get out. I got the inverter so I can charge up the batteries on the go once they die. Don't need to carry fuel with you. All you need is bar oil. You just whack some bar oil in the side of it there. It's probably about a third of the noise, so you're not roaring down the whole place when you start up. Quickly grab it out, press the button, chop up some wood, and you're good to go. So this will be the first trip testing it out, so I'll give everyone some feedback on it. I used it a bit last night and it's fairly similar to the Stihl petrol one I had. It cuts super well. So good. You can see it cuts bloody well. I bought it 5 o'clock the day before we left for this trip. I was like, nah, I gotta get it for this trip. It was $475. I got a free chain and some bar oil with it as well. And that's just for the skin only. If you need the batteries and chargers with it, then they're an extra couple $100. Haven't even explained where we are or what's going on yet. Been too busy talking about my new chainsaw this morning. Beautiful spot where we are here, out in these mountains, out behind Lithgow. We are out in Newnes State Forest. It always amazes me every time I come here, all these rock formations and rock structures and everything. It's definitely a unique place. It's now Friday morning and we'll spend the next few days out here exploring, adventuring, full driving, seeing what we can see. Got myself and Kai in the Nav and then Dad in his MUX.
This world might take you to a bad, bad place. Remember you told me things your mama said. She never gave you enough affection. Let you run around. She didn't know you're bound to feel alone and such neglection. You made me feel the need. Fix the past in me and
Up out of that camp spot where we were last night, we'll come back onto Bell's line of road, is it? I don't actually know, one of the main roads, and I've spotted a side track, so we just kind of follows the edge of the road, takes a bit of a shortcut through. But when I say shortcut, it's a shorter distance, but it'll probably take 5 times as long. We'll taste one through and see where it goes. Never been on it before. Our first challenge for the day was the famous Wombat Holes. A couple of short sections of track that have some massive holes there you need to contend with. Dad was up first in the MUX. He'd only recently had the Harrop rear E-locker installed, so he's keen to test it out and see how it would go through these big holes and ruts. Your car does get on quite a lean in there as well. How's that?
You just don't think it's up to it, and
Yeah.
it just moves on. It's amazing. Just to be able to creep along so slow.
You had a couple of big wheel lifts there, and in the rear as well. Does it feel weird when you're not used to lifting wheels and those wheels being able to go high?
Yeah, it does.
Is it a bit like scary or?
Yeah, everything's a bit more floaty.
Yeah.
You think you're floating clean off the stage.
Yeah.
I thought it would come to a spot somewhere where I'd have to work it.
Yeah, I kind of half thought that as well. I thought there'd be a spot there where
Yeah.
it would have to, you'd maybe have to back up and go a little bit more power, but that just
It
crawled the
kept
whole
crawling.
thing. Yeah. Here we go at these famous Wombat Holes here down Lithgow on these power line tracks, where it's just like you straight up the banks, up the massive ruts and Wombat Holes, and see how your car performs. I got that rear locker in and then flex my way up through here. There goes that mirror on the bank. Let's get out and see how this thing's flexing there. There it is, full flex. See that spring there's unloaded, but it still goes up there quite a way. That brake line, diff line, diff breather line. This brake line's got heaps on this side. On the other side it stretches a bit more, but it's still got flex in it. ABS line, I just changed them around a bit, they run all good now. How'd it look coming up there? Would have had plenty of travel.
Oh yeah.
It flexes a long way. There we both are, up through those Wombat Holes, so much fun. And it doesn't look as bad when you're looking at it because the banks are there, but then once you're actually in there, the angle's pretty bad. We'll keep going, there's another Wombat Hole section up there in front, so I might go check that one out. Here we go, next section of Wombat Holes. I figured we'd take both of them on. This one's not actually as bad, it's just a lean the whole way up, but then you got a fair step up the end there to contend with. Had a little bit of problems here at this top bit. It's just that step there's catching him out, bellying out on the driver's side. Packed it up as much as I can and give it another go.
Twisted.
Got eventually.
Bare marks.
Just lost the mud flap. Alright, my turn now, see how I go. I have an advantage in the fact that I have one size bigger tyres, and I don't know whether more flex will help me at that top bit or not, but then I have a bit of a disadvantage where I have a longer wheelbase, which means it's going to belly out even more. But yeah, I did some packing and well, geez, these angles, they're just not nice every time. Alright, this top section, see what happens. I packed a heap of rocks in there, see if that helps get that wheel up and off its belly a bit. Okay, that's it, we're up both those Wombat Hole sections. We'll keep going now. Here's another quick example of Dad's new locker working on the tracks. You can see there it came to a spinning stop with that flex maxed out. Chuck it in, off he goes nice and easy. Navigate our way through to part of the power lines track, probably one of the more famous parts where you got moon rock up the top there. There is an easy line over that side. Thought I'd look at taking this middle one up through all that and navigate my way up around the side of that big moon rock. I'll give it a crack, see what happens. Definitely a little bit hectic, but I'm hoping it will just hold the lines. Just that throttle controller down to a lower setting.
You won't do much better than that. You hold that wheel like that.
Alright, that's that first bit. Go to the camera, next bit. Even though it's freezing today, I'm sweating from running the camera around, and it's pretty, like, you know, intense driving these tracks. You're definitely concentrating, trying to feel those lines. That's me up that section of power line track. A couple of spots there where I had to have a couple of attempts at getting up there, but we managed to make it to the top. Just had to sort of pick those lines a bit. These holes and ruts are so deep, you know, everyone always says it, but it never looks as bad on camera. You held it down once it got up there. It's flat. Yeah, now. That's all right. Keep going. That's all good. You're up above it. Yeah, keep coming. Yeah, hold what you're doing. Start turning that way. Alright, just careful of that. Yeah. That's it. Yep. Now hook over. Yeah. not that far from the power line track out to the Lost City, so we're just going to shoot out there and have a bit of lunch and enjoy the views. We arrived at the Lost City. Such a spectacular place here, just this sort of big crisscrossing weaving gorge, or whatever you want to call it, through the mountains, and then these rock formations spread out across the whole thing. We came in the main track. There's quite a few other tracks to get in here. There's one over there, there's one down the other side. Quite cold. This weather's certainly bleak. Keen for a big warm fire tonight. We're heading to this dam down the bottom of the valley.
Down.
We were all the way up the top, so scrambling down the size hill, and then we go down to the rocks, and it's down in there. Made it. Pretty cool spot. Big dam in amongst the cliffs, rock formations, whatever you want to call it, and then it spills down over this wall here. You got a little ladder, you can even climb down there if you're willing to risk it. I don't know what that piece of machinery there is. What's it like over there, Kai? So it's got nice clear water flowing into it. This water coming into it's so clear. And then it just goes a bit discoloured as it sits in that massive hole there. I'm actually in... Is this actual quicksand?
Probably. Dad, if only you weren't 1,000 kilos.
If only. Oh.
Quick, man, run! Run, bruh!
It's actually kind of scary.
Yeah, I know, so run. Don't just like stand there, man.
I somehow managed to bring a towel and spare clothes, but forgot my swimmers, so I guess I'm swimming in my undies. This water is big time cold.
You know the thing
Oh my God.
that was invented, like not by an idiot like you, obviously,
Yeah.
called don't swim. So
Yeah.
you see, you don't have to do everything in the most stupid way possible.
Don't have to take every dumb four-wheel drive track. Don't have to swim in all the freezing cold water.
It literally looks like someone's died in it.
Oh, you'll need a four-wheel drive to get out of there.
Wow, Dad.
Oh
Get
my
around.
God.
I'm in the water. Thanks. I actually didn't think it'd be that crazy. Dad's dead.
So it turns out getting into the water is a major problem because it's all quicksand and I don't want to end up dead. You just take a step and then next minute you're nearly down to your waist.
We're going to have to change our point of entry. Yeah. Good light. Yeah.
That'll go down as one of the all-time coldest swims I've ever had. I was so cold, the skin just went red as soon as I went in. And even when I got out, it still felt like someone was rubbing ice on you. People always ask why I have a swim in all these freezing cold places. It's because I hate going to bed feeling like crap. I just can't do it. I'd much rather have a swim, and you always feel so much better after. We're making our way out of the Lost City now. We're heading out of here via Ranger Bob's Trail. There's all different levels of how hard you want it to be as you go up. It sort of runs up and down little hills. Here we go. We're gonna take on the hardest line, much to Kai's disappointment. I hesitated. I think that's what did me. Once you get up to the top section, it can be quite hard to get around next to that rock ledge there without smashing your doors into it. But with a little bit of navigating, I managed to squeeze my way around and I was up the top. Dad was up next to have a crack at the same line in the MUX. Okay, coming a bit more. Alright, stop there. Yeah. Yeah. Nah. Yeah, might have to send you back down, I guess. Doesn't a bit of a weird spot here because he's just gone up that step, but then right at the top he's got caught on the next little step, so there's not much room to move anywhere. Yeah. You have wheels all up in the air everywhere there.
There was some knife cutting edgy noises going with the wheel spin on that.
It's just on full flex, you rub on the inside guards.
Yeah.
That's what the crunching is. You came too far over that way. Because there's a hole there you drop in.
Yeah.
So you probably just have to punch a little bit on that line like what I did.
Yeah, go back a bit then.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you.
It gets you on edge that bit.
Yeah. 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 Right, stop. Now, back it up. Get this wheel back down in here. Yeah, and now you got to come up this way. And that slider will kick you off that rock. Bit more, yeah, that's it. Yeah. You're taking out half the bank there with you. But that's where you want to be. You're nearly on it. You just got a bit caught on that rock there. Yeah, now that way. Yeah, that's it. Your rock slider saved you took out all those rocks there for you. There's situations where it's fully relying on the lockers. Yours struggles a bit more than mine because yours still doesn't do anything in the front. That's it, go, 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 go. So much fun out here. It's actually getting late, it's 4:30. We sort of need to try and find camp soon, but so much fun this track. This bit here is looking fairly gnarly, to be honest. Quite big holes there, and then sort of off camber up some big holes in between those trees. It's always that thing with four-wheel driving. No matter how much you do it, you still just look at things and you can't work out whether you're going to make it or not so many times. And this is one of those things. Jeez, that was a big wheel lift. Whoa, that was big. I don't know if the camera probably caught that. Did you see how big that wheel lift was? That was freaking insane, man. You got that locker in? You're ready to head for the sky? that?
You're scoring some good stuff today.
Yeah, you went pretty high.
Yeah.
But did it feel weird?
No, it's good. I like it.
Cold.
Yeah.
You'd have to be blown away at the capabilities
Yeah,
of it.
that,
This sort of stuff.
On that grade then I thought this will take it to it, but it just grovelled on.
Yeah. Because you can still coming up to that stuff sort of used to how it used to be.
Yeah, and just goes to a stop.
Yeah, not even close.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great.
It's a fun track.
It is an excellent outing we're having.
Yeah. I mean, like trying to do that stuff.
Yeah, we sort of feel like we're in it together more now.
Yeah, well that's right. We can both look at an obstacle and wonder who's going to do the best on it.
Yeah.
Whereas before it was going to be me,
I was
99.
going to be sitting in the first hole.
Yeah. Oh yeah, super easy engaging.
Goes in and out easy in the rest of the four-wheel drive system.
Have you ever noticed it disengaging
No,
on rollback?
haven't felt that yet.
Haven't felt it. Found ourselves a camp, just a spot out here in the middle of the bush. Just the way we like it. That's what we sort of love doing, just finding a spot of bush and making it home for the night rather than having to actually find a campground. There's heaps of wood around as well. We got a nice warm fire going. It's been an awesome day out four-wheel driving around this area. I'm not setting up because I'm going back into Lithgow tonight. My girlfriend Demi is on her way now, driving from the mid-north coast. She's meeting me at Lithgow at about 9:30 tonight. So I'll just have dinner, and that's why I got the swag, extra swag as well, because Kai's going to sleep in that, so I'll leave him here at camp and get this fire going, have dinner and everything else, and then head in and get her a bit later.
Take this mark back to where it came from. Leave me out, this is not mine. To carry with me through my life. Hope these scars can heal with time.
Woken up to a beautiful morning here. That sun's out again. There's not a cloud in the sky after that little bit of rain we had yesterday, arvo and night. So nice and peaceful out here in the bush. To quickly run through the camp setup, Dad's got the drifter awning, crash pad swag underneath on a stretcher. Got the chairs, fire pit obviously. Kai's in my old ARB swag, and then Demi and I are up in the Wildlands rooftop tent. We're going to start packing up camp, and then the plan is to drive the Spanish Steps track today. We've done it once before, but we're going to do it in reverse. So we're going to head sort of around to one end of it, obviously, and then we'll start making our way onto it. You want to give a swag review on the ARB?
Yep. Okay.
Where?
So, this is called a flat. You can lift it up,
What's your
and then you can kick it down.
What's your view on sleeping in it? Is it good?
It's a bit small. I'm taller than it. You see?
Mm-hmm.
So it's small. You see these zippers? These zippers are quite good. Because without these zippers, you wouldn't be able to get into the swag, you see? Made by ARB, it's kind of a swag, you know? It's just like, you know, I mean, you can put it on the roof. Yeah. There you go. That's my review.
I used it last night, and it's fairly similar to the steel petrol one I had. It cuts them. And that's just for the skin only. Beautiful spot where we are. So I had to come down for Sydney. So I had to come down to Sydney for that. Just camped out the end of this track last night. To make sure it's all fully working and fully that's me up that section of power line track. A couple of times, a couple of spots there I had to found ourselves a camp, just found ourselves